As we sit here today, we are facing a new reality. The post 9/11 era of security, where the threats come from abroad, is over. In the 20 years of the post 9/11 era, they came to an end on January 6th. The new reality is that we have to come to terms with is that it's our extremists here at home seeking to exploit internal divisions that pose the greatest threat. This is why we're focusing on these challenges today in this hearing. The issue is not theoretical for me and others who are on this screen. In my own district last year, federal and state authorities managed to disrupt a plot by at least 14 men to kidnap and kill our governor, Gretchen Whitmer. The group spied on the governor's vacation home, conducted firearms and combat training, and practiced building explosives. They planned to detonate a bomb under a highway bridge to distract local authorities as they kidnapped our governor to relocate her to Wisconsin for a, quote, trial. These plotters weren't affiliated with Al-Qaeda or ISIS. They didn't hail from war-torn regions halfway around the world. They were Americans. And they were radicalized right here at home. These men were affiliated with a group called the Wolverine Watchmen, a violent extremist group threatening to start a civil war here in the United States. And even just this week, another 22-year-old man from my district who was affiliated with this group was charged with 2 felony counts related to modifying a semi-automatic weapon. This is exactly what the FBI and DHS have been sounding the alarm over. In this moment, groups like this that are the ones that pose the greatest threat to our safety and our way of life. I am very, very grateful for the work of law enforcement at both the state and federal level who disrupted this terrible plot. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, who is here with us today, has led the majority of the charges against these defendants. And she has charged these 8 of the extremists with, quote, providing material support for terrorist acts. And 2 of the 8 were additionally charged by her office with the, quote, threat of terrorism. AG Nessel's work highlights the very reason we have called this hearing. It lays out, today we'll hear about the patchwork of state and local and federal laws that we have to prosecute violent extremists. As many of you know, although domestic terrorism is defined in federal law, there are no specific federal domestic terrorism charges. And while some of these investigations may result in, some investigations do result in serious charges, such as hate crimes and gun charges, and in the case of January 6th, we've had perpetrators charged with conspiracy and sedition. Many of these domestic terrorism-related investigations will not progress. This is exactly what the FBI and DHS have been sounding the alarm over. This is exactly what the FBI and DHS have been sounding the alarm over. This is exactly what the FBI and DHS have been sounding the alarm over. This is exactly what the FBI and DHS have been sounding the alarm over.
This is exactly what the FBI and DHS have been sounding the alarm over.